And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Oxygen Not Included. Alright, let's speed this up, try to burst through our sleepy time here. There we go. Trying to break into this cave here, give ourselves something to do. Plus giving us a whole lot of copper. That's a good thing. That is a crazy amount of coal right there. Crazy. So as you get more duplicants, you're going to want to start specializing them. Your high diggers, your high harvesters, because it does affect. So, like this organic algae here is 123 kilograms right here. But if you have somebody dig that with a very low dig skill, you're going to lose most of that. So just be aware that there are consequences for, you know, just having everybody do everything. Tea, mealwood, buried muck root. We're gonna harvest both of those. So these are the mush bars, and yeah, those are pretty nasty. So oxygen, food, and refinement is your composter. So the composter will, let's see, I think, let's go to refinement. Contaminated dirt down into fertilizer. So this thing is actually, producing essentially contaminated dirt. And this compost will break that down and make fertilizer out of it. However, I think it does produce contaminated oxygen. It kind of burps it into the air. So you got to be just very, very careful with that. So I'm not researching anything right now. I don't really need to. I want to be very, very careful with what I do. So I'm gonna put some light up in here. This is producing a lot of light here, but I think I might want. I'm gonna, because this affects decor, and decor affects stress level. So you can see now the compost is done. Now we just need poor Quincy there to use it. She's making mush bars, which is fine. This is edible. A lot to do. There's a lot in here to do. Oh, looks like Quincy probably athletic skill. Yeah, athletics is now 5. Awesome. So he's able to be way more effective at his charging of power because of that. That's why I wanted that super high athletics person. That would have been awesome. So I think down here, if we look at our CO2, we got quite a lot of it, and there's quite a lot of CO2 right here as well. So we are going to dig down right through here. Try to get rid of some of that CO2, because down here I want one of these algae terrariums. And these work better with light on them. So I gotta figure out a way to get some light going here. That's a long ways for power. I really, really want another line taken out there. So this person is cleaning the toilet. They're not really happy about it, but yeah, I think they're doing pretty good. I think it's time to rename some people. I've got a Patreon going, so I've got some names to name some people. So let's see. really no order, no distinct order. Doris, you're gonna be a nominee. Okay. Did that change? Yep. Okay. So, Quincy, I think Quincy, you'd make a good Tris Titan. Okay. And Eleanor, poor Eleanor, you're gonna be Gastonard. And Ada, you will be Bituminous Bear. There we go. Alright, names are set. So awesome. Somebody's hungry. Why is this... There we go. See, these lights actually help with decor. So if we go to light, you can see providing light, providing light. Hopefully this will get finished sometime in the next century here. I don't know why it's taking so long. So edible, we've got 20,000 kilocalories. That should be... That's quite a bit. For some reason they aren't really focused on construction all that much. I'm gonna go medium speed here. This is kind of ridiculous. Eat, 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 eat. Why is this not finishing? So I'm really curious. So you can see this thing is kind of belching out this toxic contaminated oxygen. So just be aware that that can build up over time. What are you doing? Where are you going? Okay, you're going up here to build. So when you run into this, oh, they finally built it. Okay. So there's your light, and see what happens to decor. Decor goes up a little bit. Goes up just a little bit. We need to do a little bit more work on decor. But I want to get some more. I want to get some more work done here. We have 400 seconds for our next job, or our next duplicant. So I'm gonna try. We're gonna try to bring power down here. So much work to do early game. I'm a little too spread out right now. So I got too much going on. How much power does the floor lamp use? Floor lamp is 5 watts. Not bad. That micro musher takes a lot. Now I think I've got enough. I think I've got enough edible food, so I'm going to try another research, and we are going to go for. I'm going to get decor out of the way. I need to get decor out of the way, just so I can hopefully manage these people, these poor people, their stress levels. So it looks like all of the oxalate in here is taken care of. We still have some down here. Yeah, I need to work on... I'm gonna try to bust into this. Try to get some of this beautiful oxygen down here. And we've got a lot of plants that we can grab. That That is the best. So this one is going to punch down, try to get rid of some of this CO2. It's going to filter it down here, because down here I'm going to put a lamp. Let's do a tile. Let's do the tile thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there is a tile. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there is a tile. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there is a tile. So it's essentially right in here. But unfortunately, I don't think. So now we've got a way for all this CO2 to come down. It should do it. It should start filtering down here. But to try to manage all that CO2, we are going to build an algae farm or 2. And we're going to want some light on it. And we're going to want some power on it. Oh. So these are unreachable, as you can see. So we just need to dig these out. They need to come up here to catch their breath, because all of the CO2 that's sitting down here. So once these are done, then they need water and they need algae. And you can see they need 100 kilograms of algae. These things chew through a lot of algae. So just be very, very careful. Okay, do we have construction, creativity, learning, -5 athletics? That is pretty bad. But she has diver's lungs, so that's pretty good. She's not athletic, but she is pretty good at learning. So I think grungy. I think grungy is going to be it. So we're going to immediately go to research, take Gastonard off of research and give it to grungy. But she's not going to do compost. She's not going to do art. She's not going to do cooking. And she's not going to generate power. That's for sure. Sweeping, building. She's not going to deliver. I'll keep her on digging. So now we're able to generate skill points. Look how fast those skill points generate. Really, really fast. So that is good. That's what we want to see. Everybody down here is out of breath. Oh, look at that. We can harvest that plant. And this plant is... it's ready for harvest, but the problem is it's been ready for harvest for too long. Okay, so these are using our materials. So these should be belching out a little bit of oxygen and consuming some of that CO2. And they're taking their sweet time with the light because they have to dig through all this material all the way through. I should have built those in the air. You don't have to hide them behind things. You can build them right out in the middle of everything. And I need another cot. I forgot about that. I think over here we will put a cot. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good right in here. Get all that stuff out of the way. I'm gonna harvest both of those. Oh yeah, let's speed her up so we get away from this. Interrupted sleep. Yeah, there's a CO2 issue with my sleep. I need to really start working on that. We are out of water. Cancel this. Okay, now comes the priority system. If you need your dupes to actually do something ahead of something else, you can go to this prioritize. And the prioritize, this is kind of backwards. Priority 9 is the highest priority. So these are, you know, I always think of like, oh, that's the #1 priority or something like that, but that's not the case. So now we have access to water again. This should kickstart these things down here. So because I prioritized this little area, they ran to do that first. Okay, decor is done. That was nice and fast. Who do I have for an art? You have creativity 5, which is not too bad, but we're gonna start on another research project right away, and we are going to jump into power regulation. Try to get as many of those early game ones done as possible, and then move on to other things. So many of these plants it's just great. Still no work done on any of this stuff. So let's prioritize all of this to be priority 9. So wires, liquid pipes, and gas pipes, just like ladders, are sort of passed through. You can pass through them, and they don't. You know, I could put a gas pipe through here. I could put a liquid pipe through here, and they wouldn't talk to one another. Okay, the problem with this now. Well, you are really not an athlete, aren't you? Look how slow that person moves. Wow, that is painful. That is very painful. We're going to prioritize these two to be higher priority. I don't think we need really any food right now. So as soon as this one plops down, we're gonna cancel. Oh. Oh, really? Okay. They had to use the facilities. You don't mind us looking, do you? Okay. And just about there it is. Okay, that one's done. Looks like we did harvest this. Either that or it just dropped on its own. So how are we doing on CO2? Look at the CO2 volume down here. Is way down. Although, it looks like it's still building up right in here, when that's not good. I don't want it to build up in here. I really, really don't want to build up in there. So I wonder if I can just take... I can reach all of that. See, if something is unreachable, it will tell you. It looks like we we did break through here, so all of this breathable gas down here is pretty good. Bristle blossoms. Mealwood, this is about ready for harvest. Look at the chlorine. Oh, so nasty. There's no, I don't, as far as I know, there's no real use for chlorine. You'd think it would be a good, like, it would make for a good, you know, water purifier. But I don't think it's used for that at all. Maybe the developer has plans for it to be used like that. But I know the hydrogen you can use to burn, use a hydrogen generator on. So these are now not really consuming any sort of CO2. I want to see if we can encourage the CO2 to drop down to this level. Just I want as much of that CO2 down here, because these, as these run, they really need a lot of materials to run, and I don't want to run them for too long, because we are going to be looking at some advanced researches really soon. So we got some good seeds. Only one briarwood seed, though. That is unfortunate. We're still working on this platform over here, which is okay, I guess. This is kind of dangerous to be so close to this iron ore. And we're digging up granite, which isn't exactly simple. And we got a ton of water. I need to start thinking about like a water, some sort of water tank that we can use. How's my temperature doing? You can see these are really hot. Really, really hot, actually. But compared to something like out here, 46C, 45C. So yeah, there is the mechanic in the game where you can cool or heat stuff to a certain point. So I could heat this water up and turn it into steam if I wanted to. Or I could cool the air in the room so far that the oxygen liquefies. So like I said, the simulation is very, very well done. Now accuracy is a little different. It's pretty accurate, but there are some things like these terrariums that kind of disobey the laws of physics, because they take algae and water and make oxygen, whereas algae actually takes carbon dioxide and water, produces oxygen, but it also produces more algae. So these things sort of consume algae with no end in sight, whereas they should actually produce algae. So we got a little bit of some contaminated oxygen in here, and that's not cool. And our stress level, for some reason, Bituminous Bear is a little stressed out. So we're gonna dig this guy up, and we're gonna build some tile out here, and we are gonna do some furniture. We're gonna do a massage table out here, and also some decor. Practice some decor. Do we have any other decor needs? Yeah. And this decor needs a little love over here. Okay. So, research. We are working on power regulation, which gives us a bigger battery. All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.